हमारी बाबा कर दो वो पूरी आके, मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके, मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके।
अर्थात बच्चों के मेहनत समाप्त कीजिए, ठीक है ना। बाप को भी बच्चों पर फेथ है, लेकिन पता नहीं क्या कोई किनारे कर लेते हो जो बाप को भी पता नहीं पड़ता कैसे किनारा कर लिया। छत्र छाया के अंदर बैठे रहो। ब्राह्मण जीवन का अर्थ ये है झूलना, माया में नहीं। माया भी झुलाती है, अमृत वेदे देखो ना, ऐसी माया झुलाती है ना। सूक्ष्म पतन में आने के बजाय, निराकारी दुनिया में आने के बजाय निद्रा लोक में चले जाते। कहती है योग डबल लाइट बनाता है, लेकिन माथा भारी हो जाता है। माया भी झूला झुलाती है, लेकिन माया के झूले में नहीं झूलना। आधा कलम तो खूब झूले ना, झूल के देखा ना माया के झूले में क्या मिला? मिला कुछ? थक गए ना। अभी अति इंद्रिय सुख के झूले में झूलो, खुशी के झूलों में झूलो, शक्तियों के अनुभूतियों के झूले में झूलो। इतने झूले आपको मिल रहे हैं जो यहाँ के प्रिंस प्रिंसेस को भी नहीं होंगे, चाहे जिस झूले में झूलो। अभी प्रेम के झूले में झूलो, अभी आनंद के झूले में झूलो, अभी ज्ञान के झूले में झूलो। कितने झूले हैं अनगिनत, झूले से उतरो नहीं। जो लाडली होती है ना, तो माँ बाप यही चाहती है कि बच्चे का पाँव मट्टी में नहीं पड़े, या गोदी में हो, या झूले में हो, या गलीचों में, मट्टी पे नहीं पहुंचे। होता है ना ऐसे। आप कितने लाडले हो, आप जैसा लाडला कोई है? परमात्मा लाडले बच्चे अगर देखभाल में आते हैं तो देख क्या है? मट्टी है ना, देखो क्या कहते हैं, मट्टी मट्टी में मिल जाएगी, ये मट्टी है ना।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे, रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे। रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. In order to experience the stage of liberation in life. Become free from bondage. Apply the knowledge of the drama to become trapped in the problems of why, what, or how is the biggest Jamela. It is through this that you get caught up in mental worries and mental situations. In order to become free from this, apply the knowledge of the drama, and then you will be able to put a full stop. Never become trapped in any Jamelas and become a problem for your Lokic family in your interaction with others or for the divine family. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today is day 22. In order to experience the stage of liberation in life, become free from bondage. Today's topic: apply the knowledge of the drama. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Baba wants us to be real and royal. Real royal. So then you are lovely, right? So Baba says when you are lovely, then everyone will be attracted towards you. But Dadi Janki used to tell us that when there is purity and you are lovely, there will be very good relationship, but not attachment. Attachment in the sense of sorrow, sadness, missing someone. But we care for each other, a lot of love for each other. So don't think, oh, if I care too much or I give lots of love, there will be attachment. There's nothing like lots of love. Every soul requires a lot of care and love. Even if we are receiving from Baba. But then Baba also expresses that love and care through Baba's instruments. At the right time, if there is a need and you are able to fulfill that, it really makes the heart of that person very full. I always used to say drama is wonderful, Vaha drama. But today is sweet drama. How to create that 100% love with drama. With Baba we can understand, but what about drama? Because it's accurate both ways in relationships or it comes to settling of karmic accounts. Every scene which comes, every situation, nothing is wrong because it calculates accurately. But I shouldn't look at the circumstances, but you should look at what benefit you had from that, what you learned. Always you see that there is some kind of benefit there. I learned something, maybe I became strong, maybe I settled something. So feel the sweetness of drama. As much we trust Baba, that much we need to trust drama. And then also this aspect of Karan Karavanhar. Baba said, don't get confused because there are certain situations where you wonder, well, what's happening? Why? Baba said, don't get confused. It's drama. And if you are not confused, Karan Karavanhar Baba will solve it for you. I start seeing more and more how Baba works as Karan Karavanhar. Be a detached observer. You will see drama is sweet. And it's unfolding, and we love drama. Drama is listening to us, right? It's all drama. It's accurate, it's perfect. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar. And this evening we have the honor of having Brother Ken with us. And Brother Ken will be sharing with us. But before Brother Ken, before I hand over to you, I want to share a little story on this aspect of why and what and all the beautiful things that those words represent. And I want to bring in Daddy Janki. Sister Mohini was talking about Daddy just before we came on. And this thing about why and what and how, Daddy once said, and I don't remember, Brother Ken, if you were in that small group that when she was talking to us, and she said, if I'm asking these 3 questions, it means that I am keeping something of others in my mind. And it means that whatever I'm keeping in my mind about the other, that person will also keep something of me in their mind. And so she says to keep these questions of why or what or how is a defect in my thinking. And this defect in my thinking reaches others, and it also has an echo effect. And then she gave an example of how she doesn't get into the jamelas of why and what and how. And the example that she gave was that when she reads her emails, she responds to those emails from her heart. And so the answers that she gives, it means that she has a purposeful intention that the answers should bring happiness to those she's replying to. And she says, so when she reads the emails, the exact awareness she has for those souls she's writing to, those vibrations reach out at that time. And so and they touch the souls who've written those emails. So when they receive her response, they are already prepared to receive what Daddy is saying to them with that deep bhavana in their hearts that Daddy listened to what they were saying to her. And then we asked Daddy, but Daddy, why do you do this? And she says, because Baba listens to us with his heart, and he gives us answers and experiences in the Murlis. So we should also have that deep compassion for others and do not ask the questions of why and what and how, but instead we should be listening to them with loving kindness. She says some Brahmins know how to have critical listening, but they do not know how to have compassionate listening. And then she gave us the example of Dadi Kumarka. And she says, when you arrive in Madhuban, how does Dadi Kumarka welcome you? Does she say, why did you come? Did she say, what do you want from here? Does she say, how come you didn't bring a letter from your instrument? She doesn't ask us that question. So she says the key to these three is, instead of why, as Baba would say, just fly. Instead of what, put that dot. And instead of how, just say wow. So Brother Ken, welcome.
What a lovely way to put it. So it's fly, dot, and wow, instead of why, what, and how. Oh, nice. Now, I was listening to Sister Mohini, and I, of course, just like you, my mind just went rushing back to Daddy Janki. Because as Brahma Baba also, one of the reasons why he was so cheerful and at the same time introspective is that he had a perfect understanding of the drama. And I remember a scene, I mean, many scenes, but one scene especially, I understand a little bit of Hindi, and we were in a meeting somewhere, I think it was in Pandab Bhavan, and someone came into the room and said that a brother from England had left his body. He'd sort of had a heart attack in one of the bathrooms in Sukhdam, I believe, in Pandab.
Mhm.
I don't know who it was, I can't remember, but I think it was one of the main instruments of a centre in England. So obviously very close to Daddy. And as the person was giving the news, Daddy's expression didn't change at all, She just said, wonderful drama. And it didn't touch her, didn't shake her at all. I mean, most people, when you get to know that someone very close to you has suddenly left their body without any preparation, most people have a little bit of a shake at least, but Daddy was completely tranquil and stable. And I thought, wow, this is really a sign of a great soul. And we've seen Daddy in so many situations over the years in which she was not just stable in the face of the scenes of the drama, but adapting to it immediately, whatever is necessary. So it's like she reads the scene and puts herself, adapts to it immediately according to the need of the moment. You must have seen that so many times. I remember we had this call of the time in Brazil, in Curitiba, you were there. And Daddy had come straight from India, just a few hours in London or something like that. It was like amazing trip. And I guess it must have been around, I don't know, 2006, 2007 must have been.
Right.
So she was really already quite on in her years. But after that incredibly long trip, and of course, I think the ones that were with her were exhausted, but Daddy was fresh as a daisy. And instead of, when she arrived, they not only had to do a layover in London, but also, of course, in Sao Paulo as the main airport in Brazil, before coming to this other city. So to wait a couple of hours there also. But she comes, and she's a little bit late because I think the plane got late. And people are sitting in this big room, and, okay, everyone would understand perfectly if Daddy said, look, I want to jump the first session. But as she arrived, she came immediately to the session. It was just bubbling over with, most of us would be half dead after a long journey like that. So I think what happens is that we get too caught up in the drama. And I was thinking about today's Murli, where Baba was talking about unadulterated remembrance. And I was thinking, unadulterated means, or adulterated means getting involved in something in the wrong way. That's what I suppose it is. So you mix in with just like they mix stuff in milk or honey to dilute it, and therefore they can sell it at the same price, but it costs less because you're mixing water in with it. We mix in with what Baba tells us, our own manmat. We mix in the opinions of others. And I was just thinking, if I start to think of adulteration as being unnecessary or wrongful involvement, so I get mixed up in other people's stories, other people's opinions, other people's stuff. I've got enough to do with my own problems, let alone taking on the problems of other people. So I think it's just, it is something we can check, because you have those three things. You have the me, you have Baba on the other side, so me and Baba. But in between there's an event, and somehow the event takes on a larger size, and it blocks me from seeing Baba on there. So here I am, Baba's here, but suddenly there's something in between that I've given more importance to than actually the connection with Baba. And so Baba's pushed to the side, and I'm there in front of the drama only. And I start to interact with it in a wrongful way. And therefore, all of these whats and whys and hows are sort of, it's like questioning the drama in a way that I haven't understood. For example, that everyone has their own role, that everyone's role is repeating, that the scene in front of me is nothing new, that there will always be benefit no matter how I look at it. There's always some benefit in all of it, even if it doesn't look so beneficial. I forget all of that. I push it to the side, and suddenly the thing becomes big. I'm making these questions and digging into the scene and digging into the event and making it bigger and making it better and blocking Baba, who's on the other side of the event. So I don't know, what do you think about that? But I was just thinking of the topic. I was just thinking of Daddy and how she would, she takes everything in her stride. Whatever is said, she doesn't make a big thing out of it. And apparently Brahma Baba never made a big thing out of anything. Mama also. And so I am the same size as Baba, and also the same size as the drama. So there's nothing bigger, nothing blocking.
Beautiful, Brother Ken. That was very lovely. And I am sure a lot of benefit was taken. And there's so much that Dadi has taught us in those subtle realms of how, why, and what, and who, and where, and how can interfere in our connection with Baba. And you so beautifully articulated that. And but I also want to share something that I was very struck by. Once she told me that, I think this is the best gift she's ever given to me, when she said, "Don't think." And I said to her, "Well, what do you mean, Daddy, don't think? If I don't think, then who will think for me?" She says, "Let me think for you." And I didn't take her up on that offer. And it's one of the regrets I had. What if I had said, "Yes, think for me, Daddy"? I think I would have understood exactly what she means when she says don't think. But something struck me then when she explained it further. And she says, when you ask these questions, why, what, and who, the impression of others, especially if you're trying in a way to protect them or to save them from whatever, she says those impressions get imprinted on you. And if those impressions are imprinted on you, then you will continue to ask those questions. And this is what she's saying to me: do not think. Because the moment someone's impression get imprinted on me, I begin to think about it and ask these questions. So that was like a subtle kind of thing we have to watch out for too, when you says in between the two dots, what are the impressions, the illusions that I'm working with here? So thank you so much. And Brother Ken, now we will do, I think, 5 minutes of yoga, and then you'll come back on to be in conversation with the kids.
Yeah.
But before we go
Great job.
into I'm really looking forward to that. Before we go into our a few minutes of yoga of remembrance, I just have some very good news for Avyakti Parivar and for you, Brother Ken, as well.
Wow.
You know, it's the time of the year in which there's so much to look forward to in terms of happiness and joy and goodwill and love and beauty, but particularly newness. And so I want to say that Sister Mohini is back in Baba's home in Long Island. Some call it the White House, some call it Avyakti Parivar house, home. And so she's there, she's safe and sound, she is healthy, she's wealthy, she's wise, she's all the beautiful things that newness can bring to life, can bring to relationships, and the newness that she brings to the world. For me, being with her was a gift because I got a chance to spend very quality time with her in what Baba says, the most auspicious time of Amrit Vela. So I spent a few of the nights with her in her room in the hospital. And I felt that I got very, very enriched by it because I realized she created a cocoon of very powerful vibrations in that room. And I got a chance to be in the cocoon with her at the very auspicious time of Amrit.
That's fantastic news.
Yeah,
fantastic news.
Yeah, she's back, and now we're going into remembrance of Baba to thank him from the bottom of our hearts. Okay?
Okay.
Om Shanti. Welcome to the happy world of Avyakti Children, Season 3, Day 22. So again, today we have little angel, Brother Max, and his family. So special welcome to our little angel, Max. We are happy to have you here with Avyakti Parivar, and we are very excited to hear from you. Welcome.
Hello.
Om Shanti, my name is Maximus, and I'm happy to hear you be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Wow. Happy to be here too. So your name is Matt or Max? I couldn't understand it.
Max.
Mac.
Max.
Okay, Mac. Great to see you.
Max, like Maximilian, Max.
Max. Okay, got it. Good on you, Max. So what do you got something to ask, and these are your parents with you?
This is my mother's sister, and this is my father, brother, Navi.
Okay. And where are you? What city are you in?
Huh?
What town? Where are you?
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay, fine. Okay, what's your question, Max?
I'm 8 years old. 8 years old, and my first question is: sometimes I have bad dreams at night. How should I talk to Baba to help me not have nightmares?
Nightmares. I think what you have to do is, first of all, you need to, what are the main things that you have what do you like about Baba? What do you like most about Baba? What do you like about your relationship with Baba?
Peaceful.
So you feel peaceful. What else?
Loving.
You know, what comes up in our dreams, and sometimes the dreams are full of some fearful scenes, is somehow connected with what we're going through during the day. So if you are able to, when you're awake, to talk about some nice things with Baba, to talk about some good things with Baba, then that will help you to if you're okay when you're awake, you'll probably be okay when you're asleep. So basically that's the rule, I think. So, try to make the most of the time that you're awake. Do the best that you can. And then you create a sort of, this is like you're planting seeds. And when you go to sleep, those seeds will come up as nice fruits rather than ugly fruits, ugly things, ugly scenes. So plant some nice scenes, and you'll have some nice scenes in your sleep as well. Not sort of, if you have let's say you're afraid of something, and that being afraid, are you afraid of anything? What makes you feel afraid?
Most people are afraid of the dark, and I am too.
Okay, what's there in the dark, In fact, if you've got your eyes closed,
sometimes
everything's dark anyway, right? If you've got your eyes closed, you can't see anything anyway.
Sometimes my eyes play tricks on me.
Okay. Anyway, there is really, really nothing to be afraid of. I remember a story, this story may be familiar to you. There was a painter who painted a picture of a tiger, and a very ferocious tiger, just as if the tiger was going to jump out of the picture that he was painting. It was so real. And he started to become afraid of the picture. He became afraid of the picture. And then he remembered, wait a minute, I am the one who painted the picture. So how can I be afraid of something I made? I made it, so how can I be afraid of it? So a lot of the things we become afraid of are like the tigers, you know, that you're imagining things, you're trying to you see something that's not there, it's not really there, it's just your thought. And so you become afraid of something that you yourself are creating. So just remember, I'm the boss. You know, I'm creating my thoughts, not someone else. No one else is jumping into my head and creating my thoughts. I am doing it. So let me be the boss of my thoughts. How does that sound?
Good. Thank you.
Anything else? What about your parents? Have you got any questions?
I think Maximus still has another question.
Okay, Max, go for it.
I sometimes get really bothered by some souls at school. How can I ask Baba's help in this?
Okay. You know, if you get a group of people together, everyone will be different, right? And then you say, okay, who's the best one here? You can't really say if someone is better than someone else. What you can say is this one is different, and this one is different, and that one is different. Everyone's different. So you can't change what people are, basically. You can only change your thinking and your reaction. So look at them. The best thing you can do is one of Baba's main teachings. You are a soul. Everyone else is a soul. Everyone else has a part to play. I have my part to play. I can't control other people's parts. I can only control my part. So enjoy the variety. Some people have, you know, in a play or in a movie, there are all types of actors, you know, some are like heroes, some are villains, some are, you know, noisy, some are quiet, some are very angry like, and some are very loving, all types of personalities. So, but it's a film, right? So just think that everyone at school, it's like the film set. You know, you have the plays, everyone has their position, they all have their lines, they all have what they have to say. Have you ever been in a play at school? In the theater at school?
No, but there is a gymnasium at school, and there's a day with the gym.
The talent show, maybe?
Yeah, the talent show.
I'd say you got a talent show. Some are good, some are bad, right? Some sing really well, some sing really bad. Yeah? So everyone, all different. And so the best way to get along with others, just to respect the differences and try to, you know, celebrate things that you have in common. That's the best way to do it. Okay? Nice to see you, Max.
Another question.
I have one last question.
One last question. Okay.
How can I increase my focus and concentration?
Yeah, you know, they used to describe meditation in the old days like this. The mind is sometimes like a monkey, jumping around, okay? That sort of mind is not useful, especially for meditation. Then they have the mind which is like a donkey, very stubborn. You know, you want to do something you can't, or you want to stop something you can't because you are stubborn. You know, you are like a donkey. You're trying to move a donkey, it doesn't move. So sometimes the mind is like a donkey, right? Third type of mind is like a butterfly, jumping, flitting around from that thing to that thing, from that, very superficial. on the surface. The best type of mind, actually, there are two good types of mind, and this is what we have to train for. The mind looks like a crane. You know, crane, that bird that stands on one leg and doesn't move, completely still. I don't know if you have it in Canada. You have cranes there?
Yes, herons, right? Yeah. Blue herons.
Have you seen a crane?
Yeah, a crane.
Just stands on one leg and is completely still.
Yeah,
Now,
doesn't move
that's a good mind.
for months.
And the
No,
fifth type of mind, which is a good one, actually, they've got three types of mind which are not good. They're not useful for concentration. But you've got two which are very good. One is the crane, very still, very focused. And the fifth type is the lotus flower. You know, the flower sort of floating above all of the things. It's just beautiful and serene and above everything. So we can be aware of all of these different things. I don't want to be a monkey. I don't want to be a donkey. I don't want to be a butterfly. I want to be a crane or a lotus flower. What do you think?
And I have an easier thing for you, Max, and this is for your mom and dad. Get him an archery kit, and he will turn out to be the best archer like Arjuna. So you will be able to master concentration and focus, Max, if you practice with that archery kit. So mom and dad, will you get him that for Christmas?
Thank you for the idea.
Hi, Max.
Good to see you.
That was wonderful, Brother Ken. So maybe Sister can ask a question now. Is that okay, Sister Gayatri? We can ask questions still?
Absolutely. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, Brother Ken, it's so lovely to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Okay, great.
I have a question. Before we came into knowledge, our home, we have pets, and these pets now are quite elderly as we're in knowledge, and they have various illnesses and prescribed diets and etc. to manage the illnesses. And I just had a question, you know, because we're not able to move them out of the house. In order to have this journey, what do we need to think about and do to be able to live with pets in the home on it?
Well, I have to be honest, I've never had that experience. I don't know what it's like, even before Gyan. But I recognize the fact that some of these animals are so close to the family, they're like family members in a way. So you have to be loving and compassionate to them. You can't just put them out on the street or, you know, abandon them in a home. But I mean, you have to be loving and compassionate towards them. I guess you have to give them the space that you've awarded them in your lives. You know, you have to give them the space that you think that they need. I know it's a bit difficult if they've been living in the house and sleeping on the bed or under the bed or whatever. That's a little bit difficult. But I mean, if you create a sort of a space for them, maybe you already have the space for them, then that's their little place. Give them what you think they need. And I don't know. I'm not the one to ask about pets. I don't have that experience, but I imagine that you have to be like compassion. The reason why we are vegetarians is because we are compassionate towards animals. So keep that compassion and keep that sort of loving, you know. In the golden age, we'll be sort of interacting, I'm sure, with the different species. Maybe we won't have pets in the palace, but we'll have certainly peacocks wandering around the garden and on, you know, all sorts of lovely animals, just part of the whole thing. So maybe it's training to have the best relationship with animals. And maybe that's why you have the pets, to get the best relationship possible with animals.
We we made a decision when we came into knowledge that, and before that, that they wouldn't be anywhere near our rooms or our Baba's room or our kitchen. So we keep our kitchen free from them, and they stay in other parts of the house. I was just wondering, if there were other things we could do to further enhance the purity.
I think it's a good topic to maybe the people that are listening in who have some pets, maybe they figured out how to do it, because when you came to Baba, you didn't throw your pets out into the street. That wouldn't be right. But maybe there are some people online who have worked out the best way to deal with this. I'm not the right person.
Thank you, Brother Ken. Now it's my turn to ask a question, if I may.
Okay, sure.
So, see, even though we now have the awareness of ourselves as being souls, but you can see we are from different parts of the world. This is the mixed race family in our logic bodies.
Indians
and
Asians.
and we're trying to have this journey together, but we have completely different experiences of how the knowledge came into our lives, and we have different understandings depending on our upbringings of devotional path from before and what scars we have. So what's the best way to grow together as a Brahmin family and as trustees for Baba in this situation?
I don't know. Let's say there are probably 3 columns. What you think is unique and you give preference towards, what she thinks is unique and what you give preference towards, maybe a 4th column, what Max thinks that he is unique and that he gives preference towards, because each of us will have favorite things in the knowledge, favorite concepts, favorite ideas, favorite. For example, I love the cycle. Maybe someone else will love yoga. Someone else may love the virtues or whatever. So work out what you think is unique for you, but also work out the 4th column will be what you think you all understand, that you all hold as common as a basis. Be interesting discussion to work out the different columns, what I believe is unique and great for me, what Max believes is unique and great for him, what she believes is great and unique for her, and what all of you think is great. So then you got some things to work from. And it's good, because if you, for example, you think that the cycle is great, she thinks that the knowledge of the soul is great, what's the connection between the cycle and the knowledge of the soul? So you've got something to talk about, and maybe some bridge the gap somehow. You can take any three concepts from the Murli even and ask yourself, what's the relationship between these 3 points? And that makes for a great family discussion. I think it's, if you can start to have that sort of conversation as a family, it will really strengthen the vibration of the household. Okay?
That's beautiful, Kenmai. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Om Shanti.
Okay, Om Shanti. Take care. Love to you all.
Thank you very much.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Love to you all.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, little angel, and to your family, the parents. It was a wonderful chit chat, and special thank you to Brother Ken for coming to Avikti Parivar and sharing and doing chit chat with us. We really enjoyed. Thank you all. And now tomorrow is Saturday. Our schedule from Amritvela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. 6 a.m. meditation will start, followed by Hindi Avik Murli until 8:30, and then afternoon 1:30 to 3 p.m. Avik the children class, 3 to 4 p.m. Avik the youth class. In the evening 6 p.m. meditation will start, followed by Hindi series, English series, Happy world of Avyakti children and Avyakti journey. Welcome to Avyakti journey. Avyak Murli's from 1969. Multi-million fold fortune and blessings.
Avyakt Murli, 10th of May 1972. Obeying the orders by staying in self-respect. Each one of you should think that you have to finish the atmosphere of impurity or weakness with your own powerful attitude. You are the ones who finish this, not the ones who come under its influence. You should not even speak of any impure atmosphere. If you speak about it, then just as there is the saying that those who witness a sin being committed also accumulate sin, so too, if someone speaks of a weak or impure atmosphere, then that is also a sin. Because at that time you forget the Father. When you forget the Father, sin is definitely committed. If you have the remembrance of the Father, you cannot commit any sin. Therefore, you should not even speak about it. Since Baba has given you the instructions to speak the jewels of knowledge and that no wasteful words should emerge from your lips, so to speak of the atmosphere is also wasteful. Wherever there is wastage, there isn't the awareness of being powerful. When you speak whilst in the awareness of being powerful, you will not speak any wasteful words. You will only speak of the jewels of knowledge. So check your attitude and words. There are many who think that because they have asked for forgiveness after they have performed some wrong action, they have now become free. But no matter how much forgiveness someone asks for, once a sinful or wasteful action has been performed, the mark of that is not removed. The mark remains. The register is then not clean. Therefore, do not say, well, it did happen, but I have asked for forgiveness. Do not adopt this custom and system. Your duty is not to have any thought of sin in your thoughts, attitude, or awareness. This is known as being a Brahmin, that is, being pure. If you have any impurity in your attitude, awareness, or thoughts, then you cannot stabilize yourself in the stage of being a Brahmin. You would then be Brahmins in namesake only. Therefore, remain cautious at every step. Together with happiness, also keep the powers with you. If together with the specialties you also have weaknesses, then one weakness would finish many specialties. So now, in order to reveal your specialties, finish your weaknesses. Do you understand? To be continued. Om Shanti.
In order to experience the stage of liberation in life, become free from bondage. Apply the knowledge of the drama. To become trapped in the problems of why, what, or how is the biggest Jamila. It is through this that you get caught up in mental worries and mental situations. In order to become free from this, apply the knowledge of the drama, and then you will be able to put a full stop. Never become trapped in any Jamelas and become a problem for your Lokic family in your interactions with others, or for the divine family.
जीवन मुक्त स्थिति का अनुभव करने के लिए बंधनों से मुक्त बनो। ड्रामा के ज्ञान को स्वरूप में लाओ। क्या, क्यों, कैसे की उलझन में फंसना यह सबसे बड़ा झमेला है। इससे ही मानसिक चिंताएं, मानसिक परिस्थितियों में मन उलझ जाता है। इससे मुक्त होने के लिए ड्रामा के ज्ञान को स्वरूप में लाओ, तब फुल स्टॉप लगा सकेंगे। कभी भी झमेलों में फंसकर लौकिक परिवार में, व्यवहार में, दैवी परिवार में प्रॉब्लम रूप नहीं बनो। ओम Shanti. तेरी याद में बाबा सफल हुए, सफलता का वरदान पाकर। तेरी याद में बाबा सफल हुए, सफलता का वरदान पाकर। आनंद है सुख चैन है, आनंद है सुख चैन है, तेरी मधुर धुन गाकर। तेरी याद में बाबा सफल हुए, सफलता का वरदान पाकर। तेरी याद में बाबा। संपन्न है संपूर्ण है, पाए ज्ञान खजाना। संपन्न है संपूर्ण है, पाए ज्ञान खजाना। उमंगों के पंख लगाए, सिखाया हमें उड़ाना। दिल में सुंदर साज बजे, दिल में सुंदर साज बजे, ये गीत गुनगुना कर। तेरी याद में बाबा सफल हुए, सफलता का वरदान पाकर। तेरी याद में बाबा।
Om Shanti, Om Shanti.